The more you seek comfort, the more fragile you become. Because comfort's sneaky. It can often look like productivity, but underneath, it's actually avoidance. The question becomes, why does seeking comfort make us fragile while also feeling productive? We have to break this down to three components: seeking comfort, fragility, and productivity, and what they really mean. So starting with seeking comfort, when we feel any type of discomfort, it's a stress response coming from a negative emotion, which are the end products of experiences. So if we have a negative emotion that is fear, anxiety, worry, guilt, shame, grief, sadness, you name it, we're going to have a stress response, meaning our body is going to prepare for the potential threat that's at play, because that's what emotions are. They're signals either to avoid something or to approach something, or we're neutral. So in this case, when something is perceived as a threat to our well-being, whether that's subjectively or our physical self, then this response comes on. When we feel this, we seek resolution. So when we feel discomfort, our body, our nervous system is naturally wired to seek the opposite, which is comfort. And so we go to those things automatically. The unconscious mind is working here. That is something that we feel this level of ease. Or we will create association for feeling the ease from X, Y, or Z. Something that's common when people feel stressed out in any type of way is they seek out food or alcohol because it soothes them. It doesn't really fix the root, it just puts a mask on. They feel better in the moment. Long term, we know it actually has negative health consequences if gone unchecked, but also it doesn't get rid of the problem. It just masks it, numbs it. The problem's still there the next day when you wake up. Maybe more problems now because you're hungover or you ate too much, and so on and so forth. Hey everyone, I appreciate you stopping by. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Josh Perry. I'm a high performance mindset coach for high performing professionals. I took everything that I learned as a professional freestyle BMX athlete from the age 17 to 32, riding the X Games, the Do Action Sports Tour, the FIS World Series. Took all that I learned there, and with overcoming multiple brain tumors, concussions, and injuries, and surgeries for those injuries and brain tumors, and I packaged it into something that is what I consider my calling in life. It's empowering people to bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to go, bridging the gap between their intentions and executing on those intentions, so that way they can experience life at the level they want. So I want to thank you for watching this video, and let's get back into it. So the next part of this is fragility. When we are always seeking an escape from something, we have this conversation that we're avoiding. We have this friend that is, triggering to us, or we have this, this relationship with traffic, and we want to seek alternative ways around it. We want to avoid. That's really what's happening, because if we don't approach the situation that's creating the stress response, we have no opportunity to grow. That's what stress is. In a healthy manner, stress is the weight required to lift in life to be able to become stronger, to grow. Just like you go to the gym and you need to lift weights to literally micro tear the muscle, and hopefully you nourish and recover with sleep and proper protein intake after. You get stronger, your muscles grow to different degrees. That's what stress is in life. If we're always seeking a healthy resource, which are great, but if we're always relying on breath work or meditation or, taking some time away and creating space all the time, if we're not able to regulate in the moment and endure the experience, we're going to become fragile. So a good friend of mine loves the phrase anti-fragility, meaning he has a commitment to himself that he's always going to pursue things that are aligned with his values, that are aligned with his purpose, that make him uncomfortable. So something similar, a simple example of this could be your mission is to inspire people with your story and your work. So presenting on stage is a big part of that. Doing videos like this is a big part of that. But if you're so uncomfortable with the judgment you're afraid of, or the messing up, the fear of control, all these things, and you avoid the thing, that's self-sabotage 101. You're undermining your intentions and your value and your purpose because your body's seeking comfort. This doesn't make you stronger. This doesn't make you more anti-fragile. This makes you more fragile. So anti-fragility, my understanding to my friend and how he's helped me understand this, it means that we're going to do things that are congruent with our values and our mission, our purpose, that will help us become stronger. When you avoid those things, you become fragile because you're not lifting the weight of stress to get stronger. And so that's something that's really important to me. I learned this in BMX. I wanted to pursue this trick. I had to work through and endure the different psychological, emotional, and physical pain and get exposed to that enough over time to where I shifted my perspective and my perception of the thing. I became stronger. And those things that I started out as like super scary became not even a thought at one point in my career. Same thing with different tricks. The scarier tricks became just my warm-up tricks at a point because I get exposure to them chronically enough over time that it became a new default conditioning, a new way of looking at the world and living. And I carry that in my life today. So that's the second component of this, is what does fragility mean and how do we achieve anti-fragility? And that's where exposure therapy comes in. At different levels, we can expose ourselves to things and then we become stronger with our relationship to it. If it's congruent with our mission and our purpose, we'll want to go that way. And we'll want to rewire our default of conditioning to approach or avoid. Because like I said before, we have a low level grade of anxiety that is always putting us on alert about something to avoid it, or it's okay to approach it. We want to be skeptical first rather than be safe than sorry, rather than, be unsafe and unsorry. It's a very messed up way of saying that. But anyways, we want to make sure that the things that we're avoiding are actually the things we need to approach, because it's going to make us stronger. We have a brain that is wired from a time where we didn't have all these man-made things of being judged by other people, of responsibilities, pressure, traffic, being late to things, all money, rent, bills, all the things. Our brain is conditioned and designed from a time where that wasn't the thing. It still operates like that. So we have to make sure that we're auditing, is this really something that I need to avoid? Because it actually has it may feel like it has a threat to my existence. It may feel harmful, but is it really harmful, or is it just the thinking that's creating the emotional response that's then creating my avoidance? Hey guys, I just want to hop in real quick and say, if you're getting any value from this video, give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more of these videos. And if you know anyone that could benefit from watching a video like this and help them create more anti-fragility in their life, more resilience in their life, please give it a share with them and let them know that it is possible to change their lives when they take accountability and ownership for where they are. Which leads into the third piece. Is it actually avoidance or is it productivity? So if something's productive, it doesn't mean you're just checking off a box. That's being a taskmaster. That's being really good at checking off things. But the key here is productivity is it aligned with your mission and your purpose? Is it actually moving the needle? So if you don't have those first pieces, which is a purpose, a mission, then a strategy that is a quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily action, tactical based strategy, then it may feel productive, but then that's why you're still feeling like you're not moving the needle. You feel like you need to do more. It's never ending because it's not really productive. It's avoidance. Avoidance for what? That's for you to discover. That's why I do what I do and make these videos. So hopefully you'll be inspired to ask yourself these questions or reach out for support to see if what you're doing is actually avoiding and perpetuating the problem. Because at the core of this, if we're doing things to escape how we feel, then that's avoidance. It may feel productive, but it's just really disguising the avoidance. The challenge here is to embrace the discomfort with whatever it is. It could be if an entrepreneur is not seeing progress in their path, they may hop to a different thing and then do all the things there because they feel productive. But at the end of the day, when they look back, did that actually move the needle? Or a year later, if they're on the that track of it not being congruent, they're not making progress. Same thing with, we see this in the gym, they call it program hopping. If after 8 weeks they're not seeing results, they switch to a different program. They try doing different things. It feels productive, but it's avoidance. The magic is in what is the quote? The magic you seek is in the work you avoid. This is a great place to see if you're still feeling the same frustration and like you're stuck in this cycle of not seeing results. Look at the things you're doing and audit them. Are they actually moving the needle? Are they actually productive? Or are they just another form of avoidance? I myself struggle with this, and this is why I have a therapist, I have a coach, I make videos like this to remind myself, and I do the work to discover blind spots. That's what it is. It's a blind spot at the end of the day. It may feel productive, but it's not really doing much to move the needle. Now, if you're actually getting results in your life, then maybe this video isn't for you, and you probably aren't watching this at this point. But if you're watching it at this point, the main thing here is to make sure you're auditing what you're doing and if it's actually congruent to where you want to go. And if you don't know where you want to go, then that's probably part of the problem. I'd say that's 99% of the problem is you don't have a vision for where you want to go. So everything may feel urgent. You may feel super productive because you're checking all these boxes off every day. You're making these exhaustive lists and you're checking them all off, but you're not seeing results. Starts with looking inward. What do you want to do? What is your purpose? What is your mission? Now, what is the strategy and the tactics that you need to carry out on a daily basis, a weekly basis, monthly, so on and so forth? And if you don't know what your purpose is, then by virtue of that, your purpose is to do as much as you can in life, experience as much as you can in life to discover your purpose. Purpose doesn't have to be some grand scheme to change the world. Purpose could be something that you feel called towards, you feel called to do, you feel drawn towards, you feel passionate about. It could be bettering yourself. That's how my purpose started. My purpose, I thought, was to ride a bike at a high level, was to do tricks and be in X Games and all that. And then I started to improve myself because I wanted to fulfill that purpose. I wanted to be the best I could at that. And then that pursuit of becoming better and then looking inward allowed me to see what was in front of me the whole time. And that was a higher purpose of helping other people, which is the point of these videos. So back to the question, why does chasing comfort make you more fragile even when it feels productive? End of the day is because comfort is sneaky and it can be disguised as productivity, but it's really avoidance. And it's your job to make the call if that's actually what's going on for you. If you are vibing with this video and you want to get out of comfort and you want to create more resilience, more growth, and more prosperity in your life, whether it be personally or professionally, leave a comment below saying ownership, and I'll give you an audit to figure out what are your blind spots, what are your barriers that are holding you back, and how you can do something about it. It's the same process that I've gone through, I continue to go through, and all my clients go through to audit where they are and what's in between where they are and where they want to go. So leave a comment below and I'll shoot it over to you for free.